There was a Chinese king in the 1700th century who chained women to chariots, like horses, and whipped them as they pulled him around. You heard that right? A king, not a horse. The year is 1644. The Qing dynasty has just taken over. The new emperor sits on the throne. He's only 22 years old, and he's just had his first taste of power. The head of a nation, the ruler of 8 million square miles, and he's looking for some fun. His eyes fall on a group of women outside the palace. They're part of a team that pulls his chariot. 8 men pull it during the day, but at night, it's the women's turn. Back then, having female servants was a sign of wealth and power. And this emperor has both in spades. He calls the women over and asks one of them to take a ride with him. She refuses, probably because she's seen what happens to other women who say no to the emperor. The new one gets taken to his chambers, and the next morning she's nowhere to be seen. The emperor has taken a fancy to another woman now, and he wants her all to himself. So he gives her a noble title and takes her to bed. This goes on for a while, but the emperor is restless. He doesn't want to spend all his time in the palace. There's a whole empire out there and he wants to see it. But there's a problem. The emperor is used to being driven around in a chariot pulled by women, and there aren't many women around in this part of the empire. That's when he has the ingenious idea of chaining women to his chariot like horses and whipping them as they pull him along. This goes on for months. The emperor travels all over the place, meeting people, collecting taxes, conquering tribes, all while women are chained to his chariot like horses. Meanwhile, one of his concubines gives birth to a son. She becomes the empress, and her son the crown prince. Life is good. Then the emperor dies suddenly. Maybe it's smallpox. Maybe it's cholera. No one knows. It doesn't matter. What matters is that the new emperor is only 9 years old. And the old emperor, Eswil, says that the empress should take care of him until he comes of age. But she has other plans. The empress wants power for herself. She wants to be the one in charge. So she tells the court that the young emperor is too young to rule and that she'll take care of him until basically, she becomes the regent. The person who takes care of the emperor and runs the empire in his place. And the first thing she does is get rid of those women chained to the chariots. She frees them and returns them to their families. After all, it's not exactly a glorious job, being chained up and whipped as you pull the emperor around. As for the young emperor, he grows up without any scars, unaware of the horrors that his mother had planned for him. He eventually becomes a great ruler, restoring order to the empire and making everyone happy. So if you ever wonder what it was like to be an emperor in China back in the 1700s, just remember the story of the man who chained women to his chariot like horses and whipped them as they pulled him around. It could have been you. It could have been anyone. All you needed was a powerful mother and a sick obsession with horse-drawn carriages. Okay, seriously, though, where did this story come from? Why does it exist? It comes from a book called The Wild History of China, written by a British journalist named Peter The book was published in 2011, and it quickly became a bestseller in China. Why? Because it's funny. It's well written, and it's full of crazy stories about China's past. Like the time when a Chinese general fought against his own troops because he couldn't tell the difference between friend and foe. Or when a group of monks tried to assassinate an emperor by throwing rocks off a tower. Hesla tells these stories with such enthusiasm that you unhelped but feel like you right there in the middle of all the action. Even better, he doesn't shy away from controversial topics like the Cultural Revolution or the Tiananmen Square protests. If you want to learn more about Chinese history, this is the book for you. It's a page-turner from start to finish. Just do you and blame me when you find yourself whipped up into a frenzy and start chaining women to your chariot. That's on you. I just told you the story. Alright, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button and subscribe for more historical tailies. And if you want to learn more about China, check out the series in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.